Hey y'all, what's going on? It's me, your girl, Antoinette, the founder of TGN Development Company, a company that I created because I am super passionate about helping people who look like me, who come from communities like mine, and who share some of the same experiences that I have shared in my life. And I fulfill my mission in a few ways. So I offer one-on-one coaching services to youth and adults, and I support them in designing their ideal life and help them to reach the goals that they set for themselves. I also facilitate and lead workshops on topics such as personal development and leadership, entrepreneurship, and then I create content. So this is a part of my business, and this is a part of me, like, just giving back, I feel like, and allowing you to receive some form of just information that's going to support you in growing and elevating to the next level, whatever that may be for you. Now, today is part two of the topic, how to make major transformations in your life. And in part one, I really talk about how I came upon this subject, and I describe systems, and then I talk to you about leverage points. And leverage points, to do just a quick recap, systems are everything. You are a system. Everything is a system that you engage in your community, your workplace, your relationships, your home, all of that, right? And then leverage points. Leverage points are certain areas in each system that you can intervene in to create change in your life or in that system, right? Today, I want to share with you all the 12 leverage points that you can begin to use to create change in your life. And yesterday, when I left off, I asked you to think about a system that you would like to transform, a system that you would like to change, a system that you would like to rebuild or modify. I ask you to think about that because that's going to really help you when I go through these 12 leverage points that you can use to transform that system that is in your head right now. So, number one, to be able to make major transformations, you have to, and this is a deep transformation, and watch the last video if you want to know what a deep transformation is. But the first transformation, the first leverage point, is you have to be able to transcend, you have to have the power to transcend paradigms. So what that means is you really have to be able to surpass, to go beyond your own personal worldview, your own personal example, your own personal way of doing things, your own personal point of view. If you want to create a transformation, you have to really go past yourself in order for you to make a transformation in the system that you would like to change, right? It's not about you. And a lot of times people don't like to know and realize that, but it's not about you. And if you want to make transformations in any area of your life, you have to understand that, right? Number two is you have to have the mindset, you have to understand the mindset of that system in which you are trying to transform, right? So like I said, if you are trying to make transformations in your own personal life, you have to understand your own personal mindset. But if you're trying to make transformations in relationships or in your career or in your workplace, you have to understand that the mindset, the culture of that in which you are trying to transform in order for transformations to occur. Once again, it's not about you, right? It's about the mindset of the other thing that you're trying to transform. Number three, you have to know the goals of the system. So if you want to make transformations in your life, you have to understand the goals of, or transformations in your life or transformations in another system outside of you. You have to understand the goals of that system. A lot of times where people fail is because they don't have goals for themselves. You ask a person, what are their plans? What are you doing? They don't know. They're just living day by day. No, you plan. You have to have goals. A lot of times you're not elevating in your career or in your relationships is because you don't know the goals of your job. You don't know the goals of your relationship. So y'all not on the same accord. So you might be giving all you got and giving your best and putting your all into a situation. But if you are not working towards the same goals, the transformations that you want to occur, it won't happen. It just won't happen. Number 4, you have to have the willpower. You have to have the power to add or change or to organize this system. You have to do it. You have to be willing to add something to the system. If you want transformations to occur in your life, in a relationship, in a certain area of your life, you have to be able to add something to it. You have to be able to change the system. You have to be able to organize the system in a way where you're going to be able to win. If you don't do that, then the transformations are not going to occur. And life is about making transformations. Life is about not dying the same way that you came in. And these leverage points that we're discussing is going to support you in making the transformations that you need in living your best life, or living or elevating to a next level in your life. Okay? So number 6, you have to be able to, in order to make transformations in your life, in order to transform a system, in order to make change, you have to be able to have access to information. A lot of people are out here just walking blind, right? You can't be blind in the system. You have to know the information that's going to support you in elevating and growing to the next level. If you want to be in management at your job, you have to know certain business structures, and you have to know how to communicate with people, and you have to know how to structure the system in your organization. If you want to grow in your business or in your relationship, the same thing. You have to just know you have to be aware of information. You have to structure that in a way that will support you in growing in that system. Number 7, you have to, if you want to make transformations, you want to transform a system, you want to transform yourself, you have to be able to take the positive feedback that you receive and continue to do more of that. That's how people become successful. If you take the good information, take the if people give you congratulations, if people tell you you're doing good in a certain area, keep that in your mind and continue to do more of that. And once you do more of that, then you will see certain other transformations occur in your system that you're trying to change. Also, number 8, if you want to make transformations, you have to pay attention to the negative things that people are saying about you too, and strengthen those areas as well. A lot of times people, it's like you can't critique people anymore. You can't offer them constructive criticism because people are so emotional. You can't just say nothing to people no more. And it's just like, it's too much. And you have to really be able to, if you want to make certain transformations in your life, you got to really be able to, as my mom would say, eat the meat and throw away the bone. That's what my mom would say. If somebody's saying something to you that you might not like, listen to what they're saying behind the thing that you don't like, because it might be some meat there. Take that and throw away the other stuff. So you have to be able to really understand the value of constructive criticism and taking the negative feedback and strengthening that. And number 9, you have to pay attention to how you respond to change, because change is inevitable. And if you want to make transformations in any area of your life, you have to be open to change. And this is something that I have to tell myself all the time, because I'm somebody that I'm not really, I understand the value of change, but I had to grow to become this person, because before I would have to really plan everything out, because I don't like things coming at me that I'm not aware of. I don't really respond well to change. That's why I try to structure my life in a way where I understand what's going on. But I'm more open to change now than I was before. And it's really important for you to understand that if you see in your life that when something happens that you are not aware of and it causes you to get off course, and it might take you a week or 2 months to get back on track, that's the issue. And you really have to start strengthening that area, because change is inevitable and you got to get used to change if you want to make transformations in your life, right? Number 10, if you want to make transformations in your life, and these are the shallow transformations, I must say. There's a difference between deep and shallow transformations, and I talk about that in the last video. But if you want to make transformations in your life, you really have to pay attention to your stocks and how it flows in your life. So that's really just your money. And really, in this area, you won't really get to this area. You won't get to 10, 11, and 12 and really focusing on how your money flows and trying to manage your money if you don't get the foundation in order, getting the mindset in order. That's the most important part, because if your mind not right, you won't be able to attract everything that you want to you, and you won't be able to manage it either, because you might be able to attract some things to you, but it might not last. And that's where this stocks and flows, understanding that. So you want to structure your money, your material in a way that's going to support you and growing and elevating to the next level and transforming, right? Number 11, if you want to make transformations in your life, it's important, especially when it comes to your finances, to have a stock saved up. So that's why people like to talk about, hi, how you doing? That's why people like to talk about having a kitty or having an emergency fund saved up, so that if anything ever happens and a situation happens where you lose your job, you want to have that kitty where you can fall back on, that emergency fund. So that's a way that you can make transformations in your life, by preparing for a rainy day, right? And then last but not least, if you want to begin to make transformations in your life and see your system transform, and this is really regarding to your money, you want to make investments. You don't want to just have a budget and save money. No, you want to have your money work for you, and that's compound interest. That's so important when it comes to transforming your materials and elevating to the next level and making transformations in your life, right? So y'all, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in with me today. And if you didn't watch the first video, please do that. These videos, yesterday and today, was all about supporting you and understanding that everything is a system. Everything is a system. And there are certain leverage points in systems, in each system, that you can intervene in for you to make transformations in that system, whether it's your personal life or your career or your finances, whatever it may be. You have the power to intervene in any system to create the change that you want to see. Okay? So I'll talk to y'all later, and thank you so much.